towards focused. Hope you enjoyed episode 1 where I talked a little bit about Macworld and what we got. Episode 2 we are going to talk about the iPhone. Great little device. I'm sure many of you have them. But one thing that's been troubling me, and I know that there's a number of features that have been left out of the iPhone that people are been clamoring for, but it's kind of odd that this one has sort of fallen off the radar. And you know, you've had an iPhone for over a year now, and you kind of get used to life without it. But then you get this message and a little reminder, a little birdie on your shoulder starts talking about, hey, remember you still don't have that feature. And I'm talking about, I need a drum roll here. MMS, folks. MMS, multimedia messaging, and we don't have it. So I yesterday fell victim to the little message that reads. Let me just read that to you. Let me fire that up here. Bear with me for a second. It's sort of impromptu. Got the old. Let's see. Wants to load. I sent you a multimedia message. You can view my message within the next 7 days via the website viewmymessage.com using the message ID and password provided. You know that we don't have copy and paste on the iPhone. If you're a BlackBerry user, you have that, but it's kind of a pain in the neck. So you have to go to the website, you have to remember your password, and if you have the first generation iPhone, it means that you have to likely access it via Edge if you're not on a Wi-Fi network. So we still don't have MMS. It's fairly ridiculous. I mean, when you think about messaging and the history behind it, back in 2000 we got SMS, and not long after we got MMS. So you can go out and you can buy you can probably get a freebie these days at your local service provider store, and you can get a phone that has a camera in it, just like the iPhone does, right. Oops, right over here on this side. A little tricky with the camera, but so you can get a El Cheapo phone that does text messaging. And just a couple days before I got this message, I got an email from one of my friends saying, I was talking to another friend, and they have an iPhone, and I sent them a picture message, and they were questioning me whether or not that person could read it, because they said, I don't believe it, this person has an iPhone, and she's telling me that she can't receive a photo message. And I had to write back saying, she's right, it's not that she doesn't know how to use it or what she's doing. You can't do it. It's not built in. And it's kind of ridiculous. I mean, I remember back to my my LG phone, my first LG phone, which was probably about 2002, I want to say, and it had a pretty crappy camera on it, and I could send pretty crappy photo messages. But now it's 2009, how many years later, and I still can't. And I have this phone that'll bring me the internet in my pocket and gives me visual voicemail, and I have all these apps on here, but I still can't get a stinking picture message on my phone, and I can't send one either. So and everybody tries to play off, oh, the email's fine, the email's fine. The email's not fine if you're trying to send the message to somebody who doesn't have email on their phone. But a lot of people still have regular standard issue flip slider phones, and they're cheaper. It makes more sense for a lot of people. And while they can send and receive a picture message, I can't do it on here. And there are tons of people in my situation with an iPhone who can't send MMS, and you have to wonder, I mean, what's the holdup here? Why can't they figure it out? Why is there no way to make this happen? Why hasn't it come out through a software update? I mean, the hardware's here, the camera's here, the network connectivity is here, the SMS application is here. I mean, it's not like other phones use a different SMS app for picture messaging for MMS. It's the same the same view as if you were to send a regular text message. So you have to wonder why is it not possible? Why is it not an option when I take a photo and I go in and click the button on there? Why can't I send as a text message or send as a picture message? Why can't I do that? It just doesn't make sense. I mean, I fail to believe that the hardware is not capable of doing it. I mean, it seems more like they haven't built it into the software solution yet, and you just have to wonder why that is. Why is it that way? I mean, it shouldn't be. I mean, years ago you had this. Why don't you have it now? Why haven't we figured out copy and paste? Now I understand the gestures behind that, and how are you gonna accomplish that is kind of a more complex issue. But let's take that completely out of the picture. Let's just talk about MMS and why we can't get it, and why it's been out since 2002-ish. I don't think I know the exact date, but circa 2002, you were able to send a picture message, and you can't do it now. And if you ask me, there's no good reason for it. It should have been on the phone when it launched. Hands down, no question about it, should have been on the phone. And even if it didn't make the launch, it was one of those features that got cut out because it just wasn't ready. Why it hasn't been available through a software update blows my mind. And we've also had another release of the hardware in the 3G iPhone, which also doesn't support picture messaging. And you look at the other smartphones in the marketplace, the BlackBerry does it, the Treo does it. So why can't we get it on the iPhone? What is missing? And it's almost like Apple doesn't even want to acknowledge it. I mean, there's been no that I'm aware of. There's been no talk of we're working on it. We hear you loud and clear that this is a shortcoming of the device, and we're gonna get that out the door to you. There really isn't any of that. It's more like if we don't talk about it, and we kind of just assume it's going to take care of itself. We'll sweep it under the carpet. It's that little bastard of a feature that's not ready yet. So we're not going to talk about it. We're not going to acknowledge that anybody's asked for it, and we'll just go down the path that we've been going down with everybody emailing it. And email, I can't really argue with that feature. I mean, the email the picture is nice. It's probably it's becoming more and more adopted. But again, if you want to show somebody something immediately, a lot of people do not have email on their phone, so it just doesn't work. So that's my little rant today. Apple, hello, give me a call, let me know, send me an email, let me know when we're going to get MMS. You can reach me at adam@thedigitallifestyle.tv. I will be accepting all reports for MMS. If you have any feedback for the show, feel free to give me a shout there too, adam@thedigitallifestyle.tv. And don't forget, you can catch me Monday nights at 9 o'clock on TDL Live with my co-host Ryan Ritchie. And be sure to check out the blog. Lots of good stuff there. And coming soon, you'll be able to subscribe to this show via podcast on the iTunes Music Store. I'll be sure to give you the URL for that. And any feedback that you might have for the network in general, send it to feedback@thedigitallifestyle.tv. Once again, I am Adam Ford, and this is episode 2 of Ford's Focused. Thanks for tuning in. Bye-bye.